Hey guys, I'm RedHerring. It's time for another StarCraft 2 cast with SWAGASUARUS, the red Zerg spawning in the bottom right of the map Entombed Valley, and myself, the blue Protoss, spawning in the top right. And yes, the map is Entombed Valley. This is the other new map that came with Season 5. SWAGASUARUS knows the good game, good luck. I don't know. Good games at the start of the game is kind of weird. Maybe that's just me, but I just feel like good luck, have fun is kind of the way to go. If you say good game, like, at the beginning, it's just kind of awkward to say. Maybe that's just me. Anyway, let me run over the map really quick. So we have the ramp here and the natural. This is kind of nice big expansion as the natural, and I kind of like the big kind of open natural here, or not open, but it just has a lot of area. You can put buildings and stuff. And then there's the ramp here. This takes 3 force fields to chain off the destructible rocks into another ramp, which takes 2 force fields to chain off. And then this is technically the third. And then there's an easy fourth you can take. It's a little bit open though. And then you can take another fourth here, or the fifth. And there are rocks to get up there on both sides. So, and then there's one central Zelnaga tower. So this is a 4-player map, and it's actually kind of one of my favorites now. It's fast becoming one of the maps I really like to play on, and I think that's just because it's kind of, think like Tal'Darim Altar, except way more defendable, like with way more ramps. And I really like ramps. Like Pro House players in general, I think will really like this map, just because there's so many alleys, so many corridors. It's like a tighter, nicer, neater version of Tal'Darim Altar, in my opinion. Maybe not the same scale, but just the way it's kind of laid out, I really do like it. And yeah, we'll see what this game is gonna bring in terms of strategies and stuff like that. Looks like he's actually trying to go for a quick hatch after his, I believe, 13 or 14 pull, and I'm going to do my standard forge fast expand. I do scout the expand, yes I do, and I just pull right back because I know his pull's done. He's gonna have wings out, and I'm actually gonna go sit by his third because I want to see if he's gonna take a fast third. It's, you know, always nifty to see that. If he doesn't take a fast third, I have to prepare for like 2 base muta or scare your roach all-ins or something like that. And then here, I've kind of been experimenting with wall-offs. I guess that's general in all the new maps. But I'm wondering like how to place my buildings. And this is kind of what I did in this game. I don't know if it's the best, honestly. I think maybe if I put the pylon here, the forge here, and then the cannon here, that would have been better. And then put another pylon here and a gateway like in the back. Here I'm kind of doing this weird like defend the natural, but he can kind of run up here into the main. I'm not sure what I was doing with that, so keep that in mind. Don't really wall off this way. I don't think it's the best because it kind of leaves two exits, or as if I put the pylon here and the forge here, it would leave one kind of sloping exit to the natural, and it'd be a lot nicer. And then I realized, oh, this is probably not the best wall off. You can do run by, so I'm gonna get a second cannon. Now my probe is chilling here. Keep that in mind, and he is ecoing quite nicely. Pumping some drones out, pumping drones, pumping queens, and I'm keeping ahead, or keeping on par with him with the harvester count, just because of chrono boost and because Toss is overpowered. JK. But no, honestly no. So looks like he's getting his third, and I am getting my 1 gas here, and that's just because I'm going to go for a 6-gate push. And this is something I love doing on this map when I scout the third, and he has not scouted the probe. And I know that sounds a bit like map and condition specific, and that's because it kind of is, but it's really nice to 6-gate, because when a Zerg player takes the third, their rocks are not down. Like, if they take a fast third and I 6-gate, their rocks are not down, which means they cannot defend this without some heavy luck on their side, or I just bungle stuff up completely, or they just have a great game sense, or they put spines up. Looks like I'm faking pressure with this one zealot. Nothing too extraordinary there, but always good to scout with your first zealot. There's really no danger in losing him unless he's roach all-inning, in which case you'd be dead anyway. So do always do that. Can this overload C? Yeah, he actually sees my probe there, so that kind of stinks. But yeah, 6 gate pressure, very good, because the rock's not down. It means he has to go all the way around here. If I put a pylon here, and I can warp in here, I can just chain force field the ramp, and he can't do anything, and I just break this at my leisure, and then go in and attack. So very good map for 6 to 7 gate +1 pressure builds. Zerg players, keep that in mind. That is definitely a favorite of mine on this map, so it looks like I'll be going for that here. And he has pretty good creep spread. Looks like he's going for approaches. No layer up just yet, but that's fine. Really don't need to get the layer up till the third is a little bit more saturated than that. Around the 8 or 9 minute mark would be a pretty standard timing for that. And looks like I'm getting my warp gate chrono boosted. And now taking my gas after I've laid down all my gates. It's kind of like an eco style. Like, I do have a fallback plan on this. It's a little bit later of a 7 gate, but I think this is 7 gate, right? No, 5 gate. Or, yeah, 6 gate. Come on, yeah. 6 gate, and I do put the pylon down there. And then this probe actually ran away after I realized he had scouted it. And then, oh, juked by the watchtower here. And then warping in these guys down here. And the very nice thing about this pylon placement is, first of all, you didn't see the pylons right outside his vision. But it can actually warp up on the high ground. So that's definitely going to become a factor here as I'm running up, putting another pylon down just in case he did like a ling run by and tried to kill that. Always good to throw down some extra pylons trying to do this type of build. It looks like I'm going for the Overlord here because I don't want to scout the pylon, and I don't think he actually did. So no, he did not. He still does not know about the pylon, but he mysteriously sees more guys up here, so maybe you should see that. Force field the queen in, so that queen is no hope in the world for that guy. And pulling drones, he has roaches out just in time. We'll see these zealots are just doing work on the drones, punching their faces in. That's not good, but the roaches are quite resilient, quite good. I am focusing them down with the stalker and trying to, looks like I'm trying to trap them in. No, don't go for that. You need to trap in the roaches. There we go. Oh, he actually was not able to get the surround on. If I had moved that zealot manually, it would have been trapped in all the roaches and would have destroyed them all. Looks like I'm gonna kill them all anyway. But look at the production tab. 18 lings, more roaches on the way. Things are just. Oh, I just realized I'm not agreeing with my opinion, but yeah. Things are looking really good for him right now with the snipe rally and these zealots, which are I was trying to manually focus down this because I thought I could get it, and if I actually committed with all my stalkers and zealots, I would have got it. But then I wouldn't have killed anything, and then it would have been even a bigger failure. It looks like he's actually holding this on very nicely. Now I do have the harvester lead. I have been ecoing this whole time, building probes. Keeping my macro going here and scooting this probe away because I realized, look, he's kind of about to die. And then the lone survivor with 1 kill running back up to my base here. But keep in mind, he does have 3 bases. 3 bases, very. He didn't even lose a base in the 6 gate push that I did do. So I mean that stinks for me. It really needs to do damage, and it did. 12 drones in production. And I did kill a lot of drones, and just now he's about to get even in the harvester count. But I did kill a lot of drones, so I just realized my volume, I hope that's not too high. I'm going to turn it down a little bit, my game volume. But I did kill a lot of harvesters, so that is the one thing going for me here. His layer's about to die, and I debated going for a Stargate here, actually. I debated going for Void Rays just to pick that off, and then I was like, well, that's committing a lot of resources that is basically wasted if he goes for Hydras, and he already had his layer, so and roaches, so I assumed he's going to go Hydras, and I was like, okay, it's not worth the gamble that he's not going Hydras, or even Mutas or anything layer tech at all, so I'm just not going to go Stargate. I'm instead going to go Robotics Facility, maybe do some Immortal drops. We'll see how that happens. Looks like I have Stalkers coming out, picking off the Watchtower, just feigning some more pressure. He does have a lot of roaches here, and actually this number of roaches could take the force I have here, unless I can get some nice force fields. I do have 5 sentries with some decent energy on them, so I should be able to get out of there even if he tried to do anything, especially since he does not have roach speed. But good harvester macroing by himself. You really could get more saturation on that, but I think my feign was successful, and then I forced him to build more roaches. Look at that changeling. He doesn't have anywhere to go. There he goes. Scooting his butt along. And I am getting a Twilight Council for Blink and then Observers, so I'm not actually going to go the Colossus route. And I think I've said this in some other PvZs I've cast. Oh, the changeling actually gets by, and I do not scout that. I'm pretty sure cannons are supposed to see that they are changelings, and I think I do. I'm just not paying attention. But I've said this in some other PvZs I've cast. I've actually been trending away from the Colossus play and going for Immortal High Templar based styles, like I do kind of in PvT, minus the Immortals, I guess. But and it's worked out pretty decently. Now it looks like he's going to be pushing up here. He has one attack on his guys. I have 1-1-1. I tried to get the force field off, but he actually jukes inside the base, and the force field does trap a couple roaches, but the supply count, he's definitely in the lead here. I'm going to have to land my force fields almost perfectly here to be able to have any chance of holding this third base here. Decent force fields here, trapping some of the roaches off, and decent force fields here, trapping even more guys, but I'm losing every single sentry. I tried to micro that one back, but there's nowhere for him to run. And I do have Blink almost on the way, so this is going to help immensely against microing against roaches here. And he hasn't even been able to focus many of my probes. I think he's killed several probes, but not as many as I've killed, because he's killed 8. So that's decent, but definitely not worth losing his whole army. And he's trying to focus on a cannon there. I do have an Immortal. He's actually stuck here. I remember thinking, oh man, if I could get this Immortal into the complication here, it would be great, but he's too fat. He can't fit through the forge and the gateway, so I'm going to have to kill one of those buildings later on. Or to use a warp piston and micro back or something like that. But yeah, for that Immortal, it looks like I will be killing the gateway, so that Immortal can get out. And +2 attack is almost done, so I'm going to be 2-1-1 just there. And then 2 robotics facility. Very good. Very good if you're going for this kind of hybrid Templar Immortal Force. You do want 2 robotics facilities, just because 1 is not enough to crank Immortals full time. Even with Chrono Boost against, looks like he has his 4 bases. 4 bases are, he's gonna have so many roaches, and you can just focus the Immortals unless you have like a pack of like 5 or 6 of them. So there we go, Chrono Boosting, double time Immortals, very nicely done. And getting charged, I'm not sure why I'm getting charged, honestly, because charge lots are not the best against roaches. They barely even tank damage against like a roach hydra composition. They do their bit, their part, somewhat, but I think maybe I'm used to playing PvT where you get charged no matter what. So it looks like I'm getting some more gateways here. Both of us are keeping our money nice and low. Actually, that's pretty decent by both of us. Check out the APM tab. Man, it always throws me off. It's continued to throw me off how the calculated APM is lower in game than in actuality, just because of their new. There's not new, but the updated system of how they do that. In any case, he's using changelings really well. There it is. Scouting my whole base basically with changelings. That's a very nice thing to do. And this pylon here is still there. I have my observer. I see. Okay, he's 2-0 upgrades, which is good. But 2-1-1, baby. +2 attack on the way. Or +2 armor on the way, and then I'm pushing out with 5 Immortals. This is a roach killing force. Nothing gets more roach killing than Blink Stalkers and 5 Immortals. But look at this, he's actually going for a Nidus Swarm. And I remember looking back at the screen and I'm thinking, this is my vision here. I see the Nidus Swarm. So I'm thinking, oh man, I gotta do something. Or do I see it? I gotta see it. I remember thinking I see it. Oh yeah. So I pull my guys back, but my guys are already out all the way over there. And I remember I didn't have warp gate. Oh, I didn't have any warp gates to warp in units to kill the Nidus Swarm. And I wasn't sure if I should pull probes just because. Oh, and he actually killed the Cybernetics core. But I wasn't sure if I should pull probes just because I thought he would, the Nidus Swarm would pop before the probes could actually kill it, and then lose all my workers. And beautiful 2-pronged attack here. He's actually burrowing to get under my force fields here. This Hydra's screwed, but at the same time, he's using his Nidus Swarm very nicely, distracting. He actually could commit to. I don't think he wants to commit. But this whole time, oh, I missed it. But I actually warped in guys on the pylon, sniped the hatch, and just I just shift clicked to attack the other hatch. I'm gonna kill both of his hatches here. Oh, and that's devastating, and he's actually pulling back, so that is what saves me here. He does a double-pronged attack, and I actually counter-attack beautifully, snipe both his hatches. I don't think I actually killed that many more workers. Yeah, the workers killed is about the same as it was previously, but I was able to kill 2 hatches, and that just sucks for him so much. He has so much money right now, and he has no hatcheries to inject with to spend larvae. It actually does have a bunch of larvae. He could be macro, and there he goes. What is he making here? 20 Hydralisks. He's making 20 hydras. And I did snipe the overseer, so I'm feeling pretty good that there's going to be no more nice worms in my back as I go forward in this game. But this pylon has done me so much good. He's just now rebuilding the hatch here. Looks like he's going to try to rebuild this one too. But he actually needs to spread some creep, otherwise he risks... he's getting an infestation pit, but he risks losing like his spy or something. So he needs to do that. Have a couple observers chilling, watching everything. And there's the Nidus network, which I snipe off. So no more Nidus ones for you. And this is his vision here. He sees me. He has decent creep spread. Now, I have killed a lot of his guys, and I actually warped in here to try to kill this again, but it did not work. His army was right there, and he is 2-1, which is very nice. But good force fields here, and this is what I'm talking about. If this was, well, it's just the ramps are very, very nice to have for Protoss, but he's doing, in my opinion, the right thing. If you are in a base trade situation as Protoss, you run the very real risk of straight up losing the game because just the way the Protoss infrastructure works is Zerg can be down at, it's just a hatch basically. I didn't get any of his tech, whereas I'm trying to be cute with my fortune play. Whereas if a Zerg goes in and kills the Protoss here, he really doesn't have the units Protoss needs to warp in to save his bases are sentries, and they're very gas intensive, which means you can't reinforce with higher tech units. Basically, the Protoss falls a lot further behind, I feel, in base race situations if Zerg players can pull it off right. So, and he is pulling off right. I mean, he straight up killed that base. Looks like he's just... So yeah, I'm just owning probes every which way. Oh, he's just owning probes every which way. And looks like I'm chasing off his units there. He's remaxing on more roaches here, but his economy is screwed. I mean, but he is taking out this base. He's basically taking out that base. Yeah, that base does go down. So, you know, he's not looking too bad, but I am able to clean it up. But yeah, I would really like to see him take that bottom base down there. And I do have those Immortals and Sentries sitting up at the ramp in case he tried to run up into the main, which he did not try to do. So I guess that's okay for me. And then really would like those to see those drones go to mine, dedicate themselves to mining a base. Long distance mining really isn't what he wants to do here. And just expanding in general more. I mean, he has a bunch of money, but yeah, those are his roaches moving out. My army is moving out. I'm thinking, okay, I've just defended. I have a really good, really good army composition here. I'm rebuilding my infrastructure a little bit, but you know, just getting ready to push, taking down the rocks, perhaps to take an expo. I'm actually not sure why I'm taking these rocks. I'm not clearing the watchtower. I really need to pay attention to my army. Pay attention to my army. Go. Looks like I'm running away now. There we go. Going in for the engaged. Terrible force fields. Those were not ideal at all. And then I try to bring my zealots back manually, but I mean, it's not making much of a difference. Look how many immortals I have. I just have so much DPS coming out of that army, and then using the proxy pylon to warp in. That proxy pylon has done so much good for me. But yeah, he does GG and does leave the game. So I hope you guys enjoyed this game. It was a pretty solidly played game by I think by both of us. I really think that that one pylon really was able to allow me to really get ahead in this game, and really seal the victory after I sniped those bases there. Yeah, I mean, he just got them up, like just now, and the game was basically over by the time he was able to resume mining. So, hope you guys did enjoy it. Yeah, I guess this is the last cast of 2011. In fact, I am actually recording this as I'm about to head to a little get together with some friends, a little party, celebrate the closing of the year. So I hope you guys have a safe, fun New Year's Eve, and I will see you guys next year.